Oh, you're gonna stop me.
Hey everybody, guess what? I am so excited because we're getting more and more people into the horse training masterclass. So keep tuned for details because it's actually not for sale right now because we're turning it into a community membership instead of just a standalone course. More about that later. But in the meantime, because of the success we've already had with the masterclass, we have new volunteers that are ready to start here at the ResqRanch because they've had the training, they know now what to do, the frameworks within which we work with our rescue animals here. And so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. And today we have Sugar, and one of the things that one of our new volunteers wants to work on today is actually correct haltering. So to make sure she does it right and get some practice haltering a horse. So here's the first thing we're gonna do though before we do any haltering, because haltering is not the first thing that we're gonna do with our horses, right? What are we gonna do before that? We're gonna do something with them naked, right? We're always gonna do something with them naked. So that means grooming naked even before we start to try to put a halter or lead rope on them. Why? Because we're positive reinforcement and it gives us an opportunity to let the horse show us if they wanna be a part of this or not and respect their wishes. Again, as long as it's not a safety thing, as long as the place isn't on fire and we have to get a halter on them right now, there's actually no reason to stress them out. So we're gonna go ahead and start grooming her with her naked or just loose in this space where she can kind of come and go. So you guys can go ahead and start.
You want to get the other one?
Yeah.
One. Okay, Sugar. Start on the outside. We both work on the same side. It's safer that way.
Very good. So I'm really glad to hear that conversation happening because that is very true. You do always want to work on the same side of the horse as your partner that you might be working with. So if you are holding your horse for the veterinarian or the farrier or whatever the case may be, if there's something that causes you to need to work with a horse with two people, as much as possible, you do want to try to stay on the same side. So if you guys noticed just a couple of seconds ago, Sugar got a little irritable, swung her tail around and started to kind of walk off. And so she said, hey, I really didn't like that. That was too rough. That was just, it may be in a sensitive spot. Lots of different things that could have caused her to have that reaction. So those are the things that we're going to be always looking for and tuning in and making sure that we're mindful and not ignoring it when our horse is trying to tell us something.
That's our communication.
So notice how she had one hand on the horse's lower leg and then using her other hand to use the curry comb, and that's exactly right, that's perfect. That way we can have communication with the horse the whole time so they know exactly where we are, they can feel our intention, and that is a lot of what this is a horse having a lot of ability to feel your intention. But this horse does need her lower legs curried, and that does take a little bit of effort. And notice as her strokes got a little harder, the mare started kind of throwing the hay a little bit as a kind of like hey, be careful down there, it's sensitive, right? And so she's just having a lot of communication with us right now, and that is a wonderful thing. We love that she is communicating with us, and so grateful that we know how to listen and respond to her when she does communicate something like that. And what I mostly love about this interaction that's happening right now is the fact that I just heard somebody say thank you to Sugar for allowing these two people that, Patty, she knows a little bit. She's known her for a couple of years now. But Jeannie is brand new here. This is only her second time. And so it's a big ask for us to ask Sugar to trust us to let a new person approach her body like this. And she's doing a great job. I want to just give you guys a little different view here. This is another thing that you could do sometimes is to brush the horse's opposite leg from one side, from the other side. definitely that's a great way to get the inside of those legs. And so far so good, right? She's still standing here. She's allowing us to brush her. She's standing quietly. She's not walking off. She's not swinging her head around and trying to bonk anybody. She's being a perfect angel. So there's some concern here about whether or not the flies are bothering her. So I think that the next step is going to be putting some spray on her. So while we're waiting for the fly spray to make an appearance, it's very popular right now, so it's being used in other parts of the ranch at the moment. Love for you to see the little R+ that's shaved into Sugary's bottom. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Try to get close. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cute. But at any rate, we are now moving from currying, which is the first step of grooming, to brushing, right? So, and you're gonna always use your soft brush is what you're gonna use. And normally we would probably try not to have so much hay spilled all over the floor so that it's not a danger for people walking. But Sugar can be kind of messy sometimes. She gets very opinionated and throws a lot of hay around.
Thank you.
Oh, and that didn't take long. Our fly spray has come, so now we're gonna go ahead and do that.
Can I spray you?
So what I love is that Patty's asking Sugar right now if it's okay if she sprays her.
And then you have the legs that kind of...
She's starting low.
There's this about it. That'll...
And notice how beautifully she just stands here. She's not spooky or jumpy like some of the younger horses might be.
And she seems pretty fine.
She's like, yes, please spray me, man. It feels good. So again, this is the coconut oil fly spray that we use exclusively here at the ResqRanch that I made up myself, with lots of practicing of different combinations of essential oils until we found ones that we thought worked the best. And it's the only thing that we use here because it's all natural. So it's good for your hands, so I don't have to worry about like having toxic chemicals. Like all fly sprays, it has to be applied and then rubbed in to really be the most effective, and it does need to be reapplied after a while. There is nothing that's natural that's gonna last a super long time and not need to be reapplied. If you'll notice, she's putting some on her hands and then touching Sugar's ears with it, and that's great, and she's tolerating it really well. And I don't know, because I wasn't really looking at the video earlier about how many flies she had, but obviously enough.
Look up here, I can take your nose.
She was making her trainers think that she needed a little bit of help.
She's one to be careful with when you're doing that part. Okay.
Right now, these ladies are doing a fine job. So if this looks like fun to you, if this looks like fun to come here to the ResqRanch and hang out and learn all about how to handle horses in a positive reinforcement, safe manner where the horses have a choice. And yeah, and it smells good too. She's doing a great job standing and getting sprayed and looking pretty happy about it too. So she's just back to snacking. And again, I just want you guys to know this isn't a horse that was round penned for 20 minutes before these trainers showed up today. This is what you can expect with positive reinforcement. Now again, this horse has been handled with positive reinforcement for a few years now, but there are moments when it is difficult for her because of how she was raised the first 18 or so years of her life. So I was explaining earlier that she can at times be just super sweet and kind and tolerant of everything. But sometimes she gets really pushy and she has a really super lack of personal space. And that just comes from being kind of like had whips and ropes slung at her, make her move a lot in her life. And so she just has a super high tolerance for that. But most of the time, if you swing a rope at this horse, she'll just stand there and look at you and say, yeah, what up? Yeah, what of it? Big deal.
Yeah, that's from fly bites. I saw that on the other one too.
Yeah, so right now we're just looking at how she's got some fly bites there on her lower leg. But look at, she's like, yes, I love it. Yeah, are you a happy girl, Toogie? Look at her. She's getting so into it. Hey, can you give her a cookie? Can you click her and give her a cookie? Right, because she's been standing here really quietly and tolerating all of this and a new person and fly spray and everything else that we've done here with the brushing and the combing and the currying. And she stood here quietly this whole time, so she really deserves to be getting a click and a treat. That's over 10 minutes of naked grooming, and she's loving it and doing a great job of just enjoying. Okay, so now we're working on her tail a little bit. Okay, so now that she's been curried and brushed and sprayed, and she's getting her mane and tail cleaned out, the next logical step in naked grooming is hoof picking. But here's the thing that I would like everybody to understand. Hoof picking is a whole different thing than all these other things that we've done. Grooming a horse and brushing a horse, all those things are what you would call maybe level 1. And people always lump hoof picking in with grooming as if it's the same level of complicated, when really hoof picking is pretty advanced. So if brushing around the body is first grade, brushing around the legs is second grade, brushing under the tail and on the face is getting to be like third and fourth grade. When you think about it from that perspective, then realize that hoof picking is high school. Hoof picking is high school, okay? It is actually
Loose like that all over. Let me know when you're ready for me to pick.
hoof picking is like high school. It's pretty advanced. There's a lot of things to think about. So first of all, you're going to talk to your horse and tell them that you're going to pick their feet. And she says, well, okay, I'm still here, so I guess I'm okay with that. Okay, and then often what you're going to do is run your hand down their leg. And then you're going to ask them with the word lift. And that's how we're going to train her to lift her leg without a lot of force, So now we're going to try the next leg.
That was good. You moved it. Took your weight off it. Lift.
And remember, just like I teach in my horse training masterclass, you're never going to ask more than twice. And we'll see how the next part goes. Good girl, Toogie. Toogie, want to lift? Want to lift it up? Toogie, want to lift it up? She goes, do you see her shifting her weight? Do you see how she's trying? Okay, she's thinking about it. She's trying. Here's what you have to remember. This animal weighs 1,000 pounds, and you're asking it to stand on 3 legs. It's not easy. Oh, good girl. It's not easy for them to stand on 3 legs. People underestimate how difficult and complicated that it can be to correctly train your horse to have their feet picked. This is a big deal. Everybody rushes it. Isn't that right, Sugar? And she's doing a great job right now, so she's definitely gonna get a click and a treat, but the click should come right at the end of the behavior.
Go as far until it stops. Okay, don't push up. Okay.
So we're ready, and boom. End of behavior. Excellent. So let's give her a little treat.
So we'll get you a treat.
So that was great. So yes, I know we only picked 1 feet. I hear all of you out there saying or picked 1 hoof, might I say. But that's okay, because it's just not worth it at this moment. She's not limping. It's not a safety issue. She doesn't have something stuck in her foot. She's doing great. She has arthritis. It's hard for her to lift her legs. So do we need to push it today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I am totally fine with moving on to haltering. Okay, so now she's standing, but her head's a little high. I'd love for her head to be lower. But we're gonna go ahead and halter her where it's at because she was being pushy about this barrier. So that's why we knew it was safe to just go ahead and put that halter on her. But she got distracted because we got company. Yeah, good girl. And so then Patty's just gonna turn her around so that she's not allowed to practice being pushy against that barrier, right? So we're just gonna go back to where we were standing before when everything was quiet and chill. And everything was nice and relaxed. Okay, and I'll show you really quick the other thing we're working on right over here. So we're warming up a little bit with Chili, doing a little warm up. Oh, she's sliding. I'm gonna do a little warm up with her because we're about to take both of these ladies for a walk. So we're just checking in with her by doing some target training, doing some tricks and things, just to make sure that she stays nice and relaxed. Notice we have no lead rope on her yet, because first we're gonna do it naked. Yeah, because we always trust each other more when we're naked, don't we? So that's the only way we really want to work with our horses. And Sugar's doing great. And standing quietly and waiting for the next adventure to happen. Okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We are going to go outside. We're going to take Chili and we're going to take Sugar on a walk. If you were here, you could go with us, but you're not here, so you're missed out. Okay, so that's why you need to take the horse training masterclass and tune in right here to this YouTube channel so that you can watch all these cool adventures that we have with these beautiful horses here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. God bless. Have a wonderful day. I'm Dr. Q, here to help you have the most amazing relationship with all of the animals in your life. Please subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and we'll see you right here next time.